Hey, this is Steven from LegitTechTutorials, and welcome back to my product design series. Again, we're back with what I call Code Flow Fridays. So again, we're working on the Code Flow programming text editor, I guess you could say, dynamically navigating and organizing code editor. So again, like I said, I think that we're going to be modeling it here after Trello. So I figured out how to work with the little label things. So got that fixed, and I added one more. I'm going to start to break these down into smaller components, so I know exactly what I am working on. So importing existing code used to be inside Code Editor, but now I took that out, and I believe that that is of least importance. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that when you open up CodeFlow you are starting from scratch, or skeletoning your program inside the CodeFlow software, and then you are going from there, writing code inside of each of those pieces. So again, in progress, the code editor here. Code editor is just basically what we have going on here. Is we have our text boxes. That's not maximized. There we go. So got our code in here. There we go. It was glitching there for some reason. Anyways, so again, like we were talking about, currently my mouse is not, the scroll wheel is not scrolling the piece. So that I'm going to have to fix with the script. But as of right now, I'm not too worried about that. So, because most of the time when we're editing code from this particular perspective, generally it's not going to be bigger than that text box, because you want your snippets of code to be very, very small. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create a new scene, and I'm going to save this under scenes, and I'm going to call this I'm going to call this HUD version 1. Okay, so what I want to do with this is, again, game object, UI, canvas, and I'm going to have the canvas set to screen space, no, world space, camera overlay. Alright, so now what we're going to do is I want to, so how Trello works, I'm sort of just going to copy Trello for right now, and then we'll start to bridge away from it. This is what I like here. So if you see, basically what these are is these are a scroll rectangle with scroll rectangles inside, nested inside. So I like that idea. So to be able to click but like the issue right now is that if I have my mouse over here and not hovering over the scroll rec, it should move this, which in our app it will probably do natively. Because if you saw in the other scene, it will automatically. So in here it works, but outside it doesn't work. So again, this is the UE4 Unreal Engine 4 roadmap. So yeah, so to be able to have a scroll rectangle that is horizontal with nested scroll recs that are vertical. So let's go ahead and check that out. So we're going to go into UI, and then we're going to go into scroll view. And then what this scroll view is going to be is this scroll view is going to be snapped. Oops. I grabbed one of the anchors. Scroll view is going to be snapped to here, and then this I'm going to delete the value change, elastic inertia deceleration viewport. And then this is the script that runs it. So we can go in and modify the script. Okay, so let's just have it like this for right now so that it has those bars by itself. Okay, that's good. So then what you do is you're supposed to put in the content. Content handle scroll view. Okay, so now we need to get the this guy working. Okay, so here's the scroll bar horizontal, scroll bar vertical. So what happens if we just delete? There we go. So now what happens if we don't have anything in there, so it won't let us scroll. And also another thing is, can I change the scroll bar horizontal? So I'll have to go into this image, to this scroll bar script, and change it where if I do the scroll wheel, it goes left and right instead of up and down. Because right now it's probably going to go up and down. Alright, scroll view. And then let's go ahead and put a second scroll view in there. Second scroll view. Okay, so yeah, this is basically what it's going like. So now when I go in, okay, so that's what we're looking for. Okay, so now what happens? Let's just say that this is, let's just say that this is, what is it? Let's say segments. Segments 1. Okay, so now how do we get this? So now, viewport content. This is the content. There's the content. Okay, so content is just a rect transform. Can I add like a so I got like a UI. Scroll right. That's just a script though. Oops. Component. Alright, so what happens? Add this to the viewport. Okay, now it looks like it's nested in there. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Unity's documentation. Go ahead and hit this. Okay, so here he is. So he has a scroll. Scroll shot A. Okay, so then he added so it says here header scroll bar horizontal, scroll bar vertical, and then the event system. Main camera, canvas. We added the scroll bar in there. Okay, so he extends the content past. Okay, so yeah, it just basically did what my script did, basically, but it has the scroll rack. So what I do here is I go into segments. I go into content for the segments, viewport content, and then there's the content. And then what I would do is go into asset, create object UI, and then let's just say that I have text. And put it like inside the content. There we go. Yeah, so it just basically, you partner it to the content and then it scrolls up and down. So that's basically what we want it to do. So now now this already, as I see it being, is going to be an absolute nightmare as far as having it automatically generate that during runtime. So to be able to generate these rect transforms within another rect transform correctly is going to be an absolute nightmare. So, but I believe we're going to be able to do it, because this already is pretty bonkers. Anyways, so that looks good. So now the question is, can I get that scroll rack within this other scroll rack? So let's just say that here, so this scroll view, and then I have the segment with its stuff is actually partnered to content. And then so if I look at content, this content obviously has to be bigger than the screen, right? So then when I take this segment and then move that off the screen, let's maximize. Huh. Curious if I broke that, because you should be able to nest a scroll view within a scroll view. So let's try another thing. Where's my segment? It's over there. Oops. Okay, so there's my scroll view. Let's just pull it out to the canvas for right now and close this. Let's mess around with game object, and then let's put a UI, put a scroll view inside. Scale this so that it's inside of here. Segments, and this, let's just say this is segment 1. this is actions. But this is just a test because inside of these segments will be buttons. So you would have a button inside there that will, when you click on it, it will open up a text box. It'll open up probably like a prompt saying, okay, which particular. So it would go segments. Yeah, so it'll go segments and then actions. So these would be files. It's going to be complicating how we set it up. Anyways, so that means that this is added to that, so that when we go into the content segments. Oops. Oopsies. Mess it up. This is just segments. And this is seg. So I have a text in there. I know that works. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Close that. Now, when I go in here and drop this down, it should allow me to I think it's having issues with the segments picking up the there it goes. Okay, so now I mean, oh, the other thing was, okay, so now I need to mess with actually nesting them. Okay, so now I'm going to go into actions, content, stretch the content out a little bit. Now the question is, can I scroll that scroll rack inside? So for right now, let's just take actions and bring it up here. Make it a little bigger. Now mess with its content. We put in assets. Let's just put text. And then put the text inside the content of actions. Move this down. Then go back to close this, go back to content, take the action, drag it down to content. Alright, so now when I drag this up, it should come up. Boom! Nested scroll, nested scroll views. Okay. So now that's good. So now what about left and right? Sorry about that. I think it's Chinese New Year or something. That's why stuff going bonkers outside. Anyways. Okay, left and right. Scroll rec. No, left and right. Up and down. Okay, so question is now, okay, I'll do that. Okay, so that's what I want. As you see here, it goes up and down there, and then goes up and down in here. So that's what I want. But the scroll is pretty low. Anyways, so that's how I want it. So let's just go ahead and see if I can resize this again so it scales correctly. And then these, are the anchors, so we're just going to go ahead and... It almost sounds like a jet outside, but I know for sure it's some fireworks going off with the fireworks. Okay, so now when I maximize, there we go. Okay, so that's basically what we're looking at here. Is you're gonna put, so that's basically built there. So the idea is that we'll have these, and these will be mounted all the way. The issue is, of course, that we need to have it where it scales correctly. What's the canvas go to? That's the canvas. What is this? Oh. So this is going to have to scale. Sorry about that. If you see some weird things going on, it's because I'm actually doing some construction at my helping my parents with some. I'm doing some construction on the room that I'm normally in. So that is probably why you are hearing. So that being said, I'm not very used to this. I'm running a 55-inch screen when normally I run a 23-inch screen because I am having to use a different room to record. Okay, so I guess if I Control Z, oh, there we go. I think I fixed it, sort of. Okay. All right. So that's good. I like that. So now the actions. Let's duplicate that. These are actions 2. So yeah, that being said, right now what I'm working on, what I have my keyboard and mouse on is a little like dinner food tray. You know, like the ones with the legs that come out. You just like open it up, and then this other leg hits the back and it stands up straight. Yeah, that's what I'm using right now. Get that in. Okay. 1 second. Alright. So this is where the buttons would be. So let's go ahead and, we have a few minutes. Let's go ahead and mess with that. So we have just some text. Let's delete that. Game object, UI button. Button or toggle. drop down button. Okay, so now let's put the button in this first one, but let's pretend that it is farther down. Actions 1, content. The other thing is that all these scroll bars, I believe, are nested with each other now. So that's not really beneficial. So v4 content, the button will be nested with the content of actions 1, start, it's not maximized. Okay, oh, I didn't put. Okay, content, button, let's move this guy down. Okay, so I like that, it still works. So it doesn't take precedence over this thing. Oh, so it's just moving the whole. I wonder why it locks like that. It's kind of weird. Fade duration. Does it have like a? Does it have like a speed? Yeah, so also 3. So we're also going to have that scale as well. There we go. Needs to be something like 5. There's probably just one specific number that we use. Yeah, I'm scrolling way too much. Like double that. There we go. Even that. I want to be able to do like one turnaround. To go all the way up, all the way down. So yeah, I'm doing like. So there I did 1, 2, 3. So it's like 4. So this, I'm going to want to do 1, 2, 3. So somewhere around there, 15, 17, something like that. Yeah. Alright. Looks cool. It's cool, works pretty well. So basically what this is going to look like is, I'll delete these other ones, is we're going to have a button that will be like we're going to have a button. It's going to be like right here, except for it's not going to be inside the content anymore, obviously. It's just going to be inside this one like that. And then what happens is when you go in and you click this button, what it will do is it will create a new list. And then what will start out is you'll have inside of this action 1, you'll have a game object UI text. And inside that text you'll have, it's not going to be a text, sorry, it's going to be a delete. You'll have game object UI input field. And then this is going to be single line standard. And then this is going to be list title or segment title. This is probably going to be, yeah, let's just go for that right now. We'll figure it out later. Okay, so let's just say that this is, okay, so this is going to be, oops, I'm in game, crap. UI. Oh, and if you didn't know already, you cannot edit stuff in game and have it stay, have it stick. This doesn't work. You have to be out of game or out of, you know, emulation in order to get it to work. Out of runtime. You have to be out of the runtime by making sure that this is not green. Okay, so this is going to be final. What is it say? Segment. And then this is going to be inside, nested to the content inside segment name. And then this will also have game object UI button. And then this is going to be also nested. That this is going to be called add action. So what this does, and this is going to say add action button text, add action. And then this one would be text, sorry, placeholder text, picture segment. Boom, perfect. And then add action. So you go in, add segment name, you say add names or something. Boom, submitted. That's now the name of the segment. Then you would hit the add, oops, then you hit the add action. And then what it would do is it would go and add in a tile, kind of like this. So this is the segment. This is the segment name. This right here is the segment name, and then these are the actions inside the segment. And then this would be like the file, I guess you would say. And then maybe I would have another set of buttons up here that goes this way, like a tab. So that's what I was thinking for this, because most people are very familiar with going between their different files, or Java files, or classes if you want to call them, by clicking stuff at the top here. So I guess for at the top we're going to have the files there. So those are also known as segments. Yeah, well, the file as far as how I have it set up. So that would be like something up here at the top here, just kind of like this here, but these files would be at the top, and then these are what it would look like inside of the file. You say, okay, I want to work on mobile, boom, done, or you know, initialize VR or something, boom, boom, opens this up, and then inside these are well, this would be the action. So it would pop inside. This would be the code that you could do. So you'd go boom, 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 you know, change all the all the code that you need, close it, go to the next one. What do you want to edit now? Oh, I have some issues with the UI, the specific UI. Go in here, boom, and then maybe like add comments or something at the bottom, say what you changed, etc., etc., something like that. Alright, so that's basically what I was looking to do today. So I've figured out how to use the scroll view to and then being able to nest scroll views inside of each other, and use that to form the base of the UI for the Trello-like, the Trello-looking code flow for right now, version 1, I guess you would say, or the prototype. Alright, well, I guess that's it for this video. This has been Steve from LegitTechTutorials. This has been Code Flow Fridays. If you like this video, please subscribe for more videos like it in this series and other series as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Peace.